Royal Melbourne Golf Club in Australia, recognized as one of the greatest courses in the world. For the second time hosting the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship, among the most significant amateur titles in the game. And once again providing a pathway to another Mackenzie masterpiece, Augusta National, as well as the Open Championship next year at Royal Troon. This was a catalyst to Masters glory for Hideki Matsuyama, who won the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship back-to-back a little more than a decade ago. And to open lore for Cam Smith, who also competed in this event before winning at the old course at St. Andrews. This week, 120 players from 37 countries and territories are teeing it up down under. Over 4 days, decorated amateurs from across the Asia-Pacific region at historic Royal Melbourne, with coveted invitations to 2 major championships on the line here in Australia. The Asia Pacific Golf Confederation, in partnership with a Masters tournament and the R&A, proudly present the 2023 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. In this sport, certain golf courses have a certain cachet. Augusta National, Pine Valley, Cypress Point, and this one, Royal Melbourne Golf Club. The best players and the best architects all agree it is a must-play, elevating the stature of what is already one of the premier amateur events in the world. Cool, windy day with a few pockets of rain, upper 40s when we started this morning. Now in the mid-50s, feels a bit colder with that whipping wind. You can get 4 seasons in one day here in Melbourne. Stiff challenge, to be sure. Golf course not overly long by today's standards, 6,900 yards and a par of 71, but still at always a strategic challenge that tests every part of the game. Rich Lerner, pleased to be alongside Frank Novello, part of the winning international team at the President's Cup here at Royal Melbourne 25 years ago, 15 times a winner around the world, along with former U.S. amateur champion and the McCormick Medal winner as the world's best amateur, Colt Knost. Paul Gow, Australian professional, had great success here and as well played the PGA Tour, is also out on the golf course. And Amanda Renner will have interviews and a number of insightful features. Well, Frankie, great to be alongside, and we got started at 7:30 this morning, and what a nice honor for Australia's own Jasper Stubbs.
In one of Australia's great sporting towns too. Soft start here, just an iron down the first toe and absolutely pipes it. I saw him for lunch too. He was ecstatic with having that honor of hitting the opening tee shot.
And this is how it's done here at Royal Melbourne. Hug the ground with the contours. Go ahead, Jasper.
That's into the breeze, Rich. That shows you how quick these greens are. And it goes down.
Yes, Jasper Stubbs, one of 13 Australians in the field. He shoots 3 under 68, and they are off to a terrific start. Now, this is Big Bo Jin. Remember, he was runner-up in Thailand a year ago. His brother won this a few years back, and Bo Jin from China holds out. That's an eagle. Now at the 8th hole, Frank.
Green's running a little over 12 despite these conditions, cold and windy. Bo Jin beautifully right in the heart.
Frank, that was his final hole of the day. That at number 8, 2-tee start. We'll start that second 9 on the 9th, just proximity to the clubhouse. Now this, the Korean Hyun Yuk Kim.
Just a little downhill.
Oh, yeah.
He knew it was in from 3 feet out.
Birdie at number 6. He's the Korean amateur champion from 2022. This is his first ever Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. That's a nice stroke right there, Frank.
Certainly is. These greens are pure. Just walks another one, and that was a great opening round. 68 despite the conditions.
Now, the guy we all felt was the pre-championship favorite based on his recent play, and this is Kazuma Kabori from your homeland, Frank, of New Zealand.
First hole was the 9th. It was a rather sedate par, but then got things moving quickly. That is one birdie there at 10. And then that started a great run here at 11. This is a beautiful stretch of the golf course. A long flight from Abu Dhabi, but did not lose the game. Back-to-back birdies.
he finished up the World Amateur Team Championship, the individual part of that tournament, 67-65 to win it. And along the way, he beat the two highest ranked amateurs in the world, Christo Lamprecht and Gordon Sargent. So you know this guy can really go.
Big par save there to keep the scorecard clean. And at this stage, had not even had a 5 on the card. His final hole of the day, Rich hit it over the back of the green, pitch to here.
Great way to finish up. And it is a 5 under par 66. He matches the composite course amateur record here, set many moons ago by the late great Sir Michael Banalik, former secretary of the R&A. And this is a guy who is about to stamp himself as a global superstar in the amateur game, and when he was all done, he chatted with Amanda Renner.
Joining us now is Kazuma Kobori, our clubhouse leader. 5 under. You birdied your first 4 out of 5 holes in the most difficult conditions. It was rainy, it was windy. How did you make it look so easy?
I don't know. I just, before I knew it, I was 4 under through 5, so there's that. But, you know, I was pretty happy with how I played, and hopefully do some similar things tomorrow.
You said that you had played Royal Melbourne before, but never in competition, and there was a big difference. Can you explain those differences?
The first thing is the firmness of the greens, so that's a completely different ball game. Like, I had some shots today where I was hitting 9-iron from 154. Back home, meters, by the way. So back home, that goes like 120. So that's something to adapt to. And then also the pin positions. You know, when I played, it was like, you know, they set it up for the members and the guests. So it's a bit nicer. And then out here, it's a bit different. So those two things are probably the biggest differences.
You came in here this week and you said, listen, if I don't win this week, I'm turning professional. If I do win, I'm going to stay amateur so I can, of course, tee it up in the Masters and the Open Championship. What kind of mindset did you have to have coming in this week, kind of putting it all out there that it's all or nothing for you?
Yeah, for sure. I think it gives me a sense of freedom, right? Like, it's I got nothing to lose and everything to gain. If I do happen to win, then even if I don't win, then I've got new opportunities waiting for me. So it's just, yeah, allow me to, you know, play a bit more freer.
You certainly played free today. It was incredibly impressive. Good luck the rest of the week.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, Amanda, thank you. This is a flush run through the amateur ranks, Frank, in 2023.
Well, his game travels, Rich, fresh off that plane and that great performance low amateur last week at Abu Dhabi. Low amateur in the Eisenhower, names like Nicholas have certainly done that. We know he's going to turn pro at some stage, but that golden carrot at the end of this week, should he go on to win a spot in the Open Championship and the Masters, that's what he really wants to do this week.
He also finished as medalist in the Australasian Tour Q School, meaning he can turn pro whenever he wants, but as he alluded, he plans to prolong that amateur career, and he's off to an excellent start. Not a long player, Frank, but all facets of his game are where they need to be. He's well-rounded.
Very, very tidy, as a lot of these players in the field too. Surprisingly, there's already 3 rounds in the 60s despite these windy, cold conditions.
And you see a few of your countrymen, Frank, Zach Zanwick, are in the mix here. And now Jeff Guan, let's welcome Colt Knost.
Hello, guys. What a brutal putt this is, breaking hard to his right. He needs to sit down.
Australia actually has 13 players in the field this week. It's the advantage of the host nation as we go to 7.
CT Lin.
Just putting from the fescue grass. That's the grass that surrounds these beautiful Sutton mixed greens. Bent grass.
University of Washington senior. This is our featured group. You see Wen Yiding from China is a USGA junior amateur champion. And then Subhash Tamang, and we'll learn much more about Subhash from Nepal last year, becoming the first ever from Nepal to make a cut at an Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. That came in Thailand. He's an inspiring story, to say the least. And here he is. This is a par putt.
And guys, he hit a huge tee shot, elected to go with driver, had just 98 yards, pulled it long and left. So, Frank, if he doesn't make this will be a disappointing bogey with just a sandwich in his hand.
And a poor start, too. Wants to avoid yet another bogey.
That's cruel.
That's the way it's going. Earlier this year, he attended the AAC Academy right here in Australia, describing that experience as a huge privilege. Those academies set up to, in part, give players from the less developed golf countries like Nepal a pathway to tournaments like this. And no doubt, Frank, he'll take what he learned there at the academy, what he's learning this week, last year, back to Nepal, and motivate others to follow in his footsteps.
Well, Colt, I know you're down there, but this is very much about creating heroes and playing it forward.
Such a great event, Frank. But this putt for Guan is nasty. Breaks hard to his left, but the wind blowing left to right. And it is fast. Frank, he got off to such a great start, birdieing his first 2 holes, but it's been a struggle since.
Take it to the 9th now. This is the last Australian of the 13 you mentioned in the field as an alternate, making the most of that opportunity.
Yeah, that surname might sound a little familiar. We'll get into that a little bit here as he plays this downhill approach. Bit of a false front here, so it's a shot that has to be flied onto the green. Errant tee shot, barely got the ball back in play, so somehow trying to get it up and down just for 5.
Well, that had to look good on the way in.
Green's
It's a good golfing family, Frank. Dad Dennis McDade is a highly regarded golf instructor, has worked with, among others, Mark Leishman. And there he is, proud pop. A few years back with young Connor. He describes Connor as a late bloomer. He grew late. Wasn't that tall through his formative years. But here they are. Dad is not here this week. Mom, Glenda, is. Dennis is in Shanghai lecturing for the Titleist Performance Institute. I mentioned Mom Glenda. She is here and she's alongside Amanda.
Joining us now is Connor's mom, Glenda. Now let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday morning, Connor thought, I'm not in the field, and then he gets the phone call that he's in. I'd imagine he called you right away. What was the news like?
It was very exciting. I mean, it was obviously one of his goals was to play in this event, so it's huge. And yeah, we didn't think there was a reserve spot, or we didn't think he had a chance, really. But anyway, there was a reserve spot, and the next thing he got the call saying that unfortunately somebody had to pull out, and that he got the role. So he was beside himself. I've actually never seen him so happy. He was really thrilled, really pumped.
Well, of course, he's the only member in the field this week. I asked him last night, how many rounds of golf have you played here? He said, I can't even count. We were just watching him here on 8 Green, and there were about half a dozen employees here at Royal Melbourne watching and cheering him on. What's it like for you watching your son play at your home course, knowing that he is absolutely the fan favorite this week?
Oh, just thrilling, absolutely thrilling for him. It would have broken my heart to think he'd have to watch a field start without him. Would have been really tough. So I'm just thrilled for him, really excited.
Okay, so
we're nervous, but no, I know he knows what to do.
So we're going to give you a chance to brag about your son a little bit now. What do you like so much about his game, but probably more importantly, his mindset and the way he's able to really manage himself inside the ropes?
He seriously works very hard on every aspect of his game, on his mental game, physical game. He's got a very, very great team around him. He's very good at setting his short-term goals, mid-term goals, long goals with Neil Smith, who's his sports psych, and of course Janice. And his gym work and his osteo-Tina is fantastic. They all, he works really hard. He keeps a very level head. He can move on. He can put the bad shots behind him and get going and, refocus, which is a huge strength.
And I know you play as well, so what's your big tip for him? What did you tell him? What was your mom pep talk before coming out into these blustery, tough conditions?
He's such a good player. He doesn't need to listen to my mum to pep talks. I think my pep talks, do you want steak for dinner?
Yes, I think we're all coming over, to the McDay's house for dinner tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
I just said to him, you know what to do, buddy. Just go and show them how, what you can do. All the best.
Well, enjoy this week. I can only imagine how exciting this is for you and your entire family, so enjoy every moment.
That's terrific. Thanks so much, Amanda. Thank you.
Yeah, what a beautiful spirit. That's a golf mom right there, Frank.
Yeah, mums do all the hard work, don't they? They take you to the golf course or your sporting events. Yeah, had a little bit of a rough start, but managed to make a couple of birdies to get back to 1 over. So it's an important putt down the hill.
Put to the test. As Mom said, he's able to put bad shots, bad holes behind him. Came through the junior cadet program here at Royal Melbourne, so now a member. Recently made the cut in a professional tournament here in Australia. Hard worker. He's logged some hours across the street working at the Sandringham Golf Links.
That's actually where they're using the driving range too for these players before they tee off. Excellent range just across the road. Now just a little earlier in the same group, Matsui. Chance to get to 2 over.
So Ryuya Matsui, just a 16. Good roll right there. Member of Japan's decorated national team, though it has been a tough day so far for the Japanese contingent. Yuta Sugiura, the highest ranked player in this field at number 16, shot 79 today. Now Wen Yiding at the 9th.
The big man from China taking his talents to Tempe, Arizona in January to play for Arizona State. And Frank, I can promise him it's going to be a lot warmer than it is today.
I think he'll be looking forward to that. This actually is unusual for Victoria. I know it's springtime, but if you pitched in here a little earlier in the week, it was considerably warmer. Now as we go to 7.
Yeah, this FIFA Laopakti from Thailand made a great tournament back home a year ago. Asia Pacific Amateur, tied for 5th.
And that is some shot.
Sensational shot. He's a freshman at Arizona State, medalist, the Maui Gym Individual back in September. Back to the 9th.
Guan going with driver. I like this play with the wind down off the right. If you get one drawn, you can chase it up there near the front.
Called the club head speeds of these young players. It's not that too dissimilar from the ones we see on the PGA Tour.
It's really not fair. Every young kid just smashes it. This one at the mercy of the ground, Frank.
Yeah, it looked like it disappeared into the tea tree.
So we're underway. It is a 72-hole event. Again, 120 players broadcast all around the world. And it is Kazuma Kobori continuing his torrid play off the great performance in Abu Dhabi last weekend. 5 under 66 to lead by 2, round 1 of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. The Asia Pacific Amateur Championship is brought to you by Bank of America. What would you like the power to do? IBM. Let's create. AT&T. We believe connecting changes everything. Mercedes-Benz. The vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours.
In the U.S., we see millions of cyber threats each year. That rate is increasing as more and more businesses move to the cloud. So the question is, as cyber criminals expand their toolkit, we must expand as well. We need to rethink
Next level moments need the Next Level Network.
and ensure we have
The network with 24/7 built-in security.
We must shift our stance
Yep.
from reactive
AT&T Business.
We are trying really hard to get you Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but there is only so much we can do here. you're gonna have to meet us halfway. Well, the whole way, actually.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
Just turned 22 yesterday. 566 today, matching the amateur course record over this composite layout here at the fabled Royal Melbourne Golf Club, down under in Australia. Day one of one of the world's great amateur championships.
Hi, my name is Krishna Vikrampura. I'm on the Indian golf team. Look forward to seeing you all at the AAC in Melbourne, Australia.
Hi everyone, this is Bojin from China. Ready to head out to Melbourne. Definitely ready to get on the 20-hour flight.
Just finished packing, all set to go. See you guys soon in Melbourne.
Yeah, they came from all parts, so many of golf's great amateur players across the Asia Pacific region, 120 from 37 countries and territories, with a dream, doing whatever it takes to pass the time, relax, few games, maybe Rubik's Cube, multiple screens to take the pressure off. There will be enough tense moments, no question, within just a few days.
This is Royal Melbourne. Look forward to a good practice session today. Gonna hit some putts, hit some balls, and get ready for the week. See you guys out there.
He finally busted out just a little bit of a smile at the.
He was deliberately putting the deadpan face on that one. It really was. But Rich, it's pretty humbling. Just about all these players are bilingual.
Think about the great Peter Thompson, won the Canada Cup here at Royal Melbourne with Kel Nagel in 1959, and what he did to grow the game across the Asia Pacific region. He was a real pioneer. Wen Yi Ding.
That's just a sandwich from 121. Looks really good.
And it is.
Frank, the beauty about this course is not just point and shoot. You got to get your number to the flagstick and then figure out your landing spot.
Lau Pak Di, this to get to 4 over. Try to scratch his way back.
Pays off that beautiful iron shot.
Guan in some trouble at the 9th.
Well, he says golf is a problem-solving game. He's got some problems right here.
Some more problems too. Just clip the tee tree up further ahead. Find it straight down. Restricted swing, choked down as much as he could. Actually got some good contact. It was a little unlucky. He just popped up a little quicker and caught that last branch.
Now we're live with Jeff Guan.
I think the most difficult thing with this shot is it's coming straight downwind, and the green actually runs away from him. So I think he only needs to fly this just over the front edge, and it should chase all the way out. But I think the biggest thing, Frank, is let's just not compound a mistake with another one. Get out of here with 5 at the worst.
Especially when you have a par 5 coming up on the next hole.
Settle right there. These greens are so fast.
Yeah, that's Royal Melbourne right there. Wow. Let's bring in Paul Gow with another Australian.
Yeah, Quinn, he's, I tell you what, the last couple of holes I've been following, he's had a lot of looks at about 15, 20 feet. Struggling a little bit with the line. This is a beautiful green, this one, big green. A few shakes of the head, but he's got to be pleased with his start. An eagle and a birdie and a bogey. Out here with his parents, Darren and his mother, that are from Toowoomba, that have made their way down to Melbourne. And his son has been playing exceptionally well the last few weeks.
He's considered the best of the 13 Australian contingent coming in.
Back to Tamang from Nepal. This at the 9th hole.
Also missed the fairway off the tee. Was not able to get it on the putting surface. And tough one here. Could chip it, but the lie is so tight. I like that he's going with putter.
Yeah, the approaches around here, Colt, they're actually fescue.
Oh, it's some fast fescue. This golf course gives you so many options around the greens. This one needs to break right and sit down.
Really pretty well handled, I thought, Frank.
You see how close that putt went to the bunker?
Yeah.
It was only about a foot away. Brave attempt.
Mackenzie at Royal Melbourne, all about risk and reward, even with a putter in hand.
Yeah, one more look at this. I mean,
how much are you willing to take on?
Exactly. I mean, he did not have much to spare. Yeah, Mackenzie was the prime designer really for the West course. Alec Russell for the East course. Notice the little skid there. Ball never rolls straight off the putter.
You mentioned Russell. He was a member of Royal Melbourne, 1924 Australian Open champion. Supervised the construction here. As Mackenzie sort of did the design, the layout, basically in the 3 weeks he spent here at this golf course. A little bit longer period of time in Australia as Guan from over the green. So trying to get through this hole. And of course, you talk about Mackenzie. It was Mick Morcom, the head greenskeeper, master course builder in his own right, who constructed the greens and bunkers according to Mackenzie's plans. Now McDade at the 10th.
Fairly big green at the par 5. They were just swallowed up by huge bunker down the right side. 104 bunkers here at the Composite Golf Course.
All right, CT Lynn goes by Teddy. Inspired by one of his countrymen, CT Pan. You remember CT Pan, the early years of this championship. You've been doing this, what, since 2012?
Yeah, actually, my 11th year. CT, I mean, he stayed an amateur for a long time, trying to do what a lot of these guys are doing, just get that ticket. Did not happen for him as we go to 9.
What a great par that is.
That's great work.
It's awesome to see him out here. He truly loves the game, Rich.
Colt, I know this is your first time at the Sandbelt. Your early impressions, I know you played golf earlier at Victoria Golf Club.
I just absolutely love it. I wish it was warmer, but it is so much fun to play. Really brings out your imagination. Gives you so many options. And I mean, just a tip of the cap to everybody that shot under par today. That is impressive because it was downright nasty this morning.
Nice roll. So Victoria's right across the street. Jeff Ogilvy grew up, played a lot of golf right there.
Yeah, Yarra Yarra, Kingston Heath. I mean, it really goes on. I mean, you won't find a bad golf course for 50 miles. Actually, the talk of the town, too, on Royal Melbourne, to be honest, there's one good hole here. 17 great ones.
I love it. Jeff Guan. And Frank, these had to be dream courses for you growing up in New Zealand.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever played there. I was lucky enough to play with Billy Dunk, Cal Nagel, and Peter Thompson. It was my first ever round at Royal Melbourne.
You couldn't do better than that?
No.
6 open titles?
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and Bobby Jones weren't available.
Frank, there's so much on the line here. An invitation to the Masters, 152nd Open at Royal Troon in 2024, and then a chance to go to the north of Ireland in Ballyliffin, where they played the 2018 Irish Open for the 129th Amateur Championship.
Yeah, it really is, part of the amateurs' holy grail. I know they're fresh off the Eisenhower, but the guys didn't miss a beat trying to come here and do really what you want to do now as an amateur. These are the things you want on your resume, especially if you're going to jump into the pro ranks.
A number of players use the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship as a springboard to greater things. We know Hideki Matsuyama won this title twice. Cam Smith has played in it. A long list.
No eagles here at the 10th today. Rotation for people at home might be slightly different because we're using a 2-tee start here at Royal Melbourne. But believe me, the holes are the way the composite course normally plays, whether it's a President's Cup or an Australian Open. Same collection of the 18 holes.
And this 10th hole playing dead back into the teeth of the wind, so it makes the tee shot a little bit more difficult because those bunkers are a little harder to cover. He's a big, strong, powerful player. Seems to like it.
Well, you just noticed there, we talk about how strong they are. 175 mile an hour ball speed. The average ball speed on the PGA Tour, 171 mile an hour. Rory McIlroy, 184. But the average, 171.
We are in the need for speed era, aren't we, Frank?
They train properly. You know, they've the same tools that the best players in the world have.
And Subhash has been very aggressive off the tee today, hitting a lot of drivers. If you can hit one of those flat draws out there and get it to run, you can probably get home in two. This one headed a little right, needs to get lucky. I believe it did.
I have a swing that's a little awkward. There's some trees down that side.
And Jeff Guan played on the last Junior President's Cup team back in Charlotte in 2022. I talked to his captain, Tim Clark. Tim said, I think he could become a star on tour. Tons of potential and no real weaknesses. Maybe not as long as some right now, but the overall game is there. That's some high praise from a Players Champion.
It certainly is.
And Jeff won the Junior Players Championship in the U.S. in 2022.
That's the safer line. Just make the hole a little longer. Dogleg right.
How do you like his move?
It's a good move. I mean, we were walking around, Rich, remember on Tuesday, the amount of good golf swings now, it's mind-boggling. But talk about just two par fives here. And this is actually the first one they played. Slightly uphill tee shot. You just got to pick the line. The line actually is slightly on the right edge of that bunker. That opens up the dog leg. And if you can sneak it past that 270 mark, you get a really good look at this view. It looks inviting, but as we've already seen, well protected on both left and right side of this par 5. 522, not the longest, but the breeze has made it a little bit longer today coming from the south.
So it's a cool day here in Melbourne. Wind is going pretty good. Kazuma Kobori, 5 under 66 to set the pace in these tough conditions. He leads by 2. Day 1 of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
Timeless style. Enduring craftsmanship.
And seeing so many players using sweaters. She was saying 55 degrees. A little chilly, blowing from the south, so that's really where the Tasman and Bass Strait is. And in Victoria, that's the southern state of Australia. The bunkering here is just magnificent. And Mackenzie was actually an expert in camouflage. That was in World War II. So if you actually stand on one of these greens and look back down the hole, you won't see the bunkers. Just the beautiful lips will blend into the fairway. Genius, really. The 11th, a beautiful undulating green. Par 3. And this is actually one of the few holes you're forced to carry the ball all the way. The beauty of Mackenzie's design really was that any level of player could play. The open avenues at the front of the greens, normally allowed to chase up, but that's a steep runoff at the front. 36 holes here on this beautiful property. It's all carved out with horse-drawn graders. Amazing what it was done. It's a complete and utter work of art.
Give you a look at the map as to where we are. It's a 15-hour flight from Los Angeles, but well worth it. It's a magical place. They call it Oz. We're in Melbourne, Australia. An hour and change from Sydney, and inside the clubhouse is the Mackenzie Room. Dr. Alistair Mackenzie came here in 1926. Spent 3 weeks on the grounds. As well, he contributed to a number of other courses, Royal Adelaide, New South Wales. He did the bunkering scheme at Kingston Heath. He was born in Yorkshire, England, studied medicine at Cambridge, served in the Boer War, was an expert in military camouflage, used some of those techniques in his design work, more than 50 courses worldwide, some of the most famous in the sport today. Dr. Alistair Mackenzie, and this one of his real pearls. And now more on this spectacular golf course.
Royal Melbourne has a rich history of hosting tournament golf, both professional but importantly amateur golf. So we're thrilled to see the AEC back here again since its first visit in 2014.
It's a potentially life-changing opportunity, so we're really pleased that we can host the event, and the initiative of the Asia Pacific Golf Confederation and the R&A and the Masters in growing the game. We're very pleased to be able to work with those organisations to host the event.
To host some of the best players in the region and see them play the composite course is fantastic for us, and our team really take a lot of pride in preparing the course for an event like this.
Royal Melbourne's famed for its natural beauty. The seasonality of the weather in Melbourne will dictate how the golf course looks and plays.
Yeah, I think you've got to be able to work your way around landing the ball short of the greens and front half of the greens. Certainly going to be very firm out there. Not a super long championship golf course, plenty of width, but some strategic bunkers and also very hard and fast greens.
The West Course was designed by Mackenzie in 1926, and his partner Alec Russell designed the East Course in 1928. Courses were constructed by the greenkeeper at the time called Mick Morecambe, and the machinery that he used was a horse, a scoop and a plough, which is hard to believe when you walk around the golf course and you look at the magnificent bunkering, and it was all done by a horse and a scoop.
A horse by the name of Mephistopheles, fallen angel, devil's agent, and it's on display here, Frank, just outside the driveways. You come into the golf course. About that horse-drawn plow and a scoop. Took about 5 years.
Yeah, they had the amazing ability just to work with the land, and you know, some of the great architects said the courses were already built there. It's a bit like Michelangelo. You just chip away the pieces you don't want, but to create courses nearly 100 years ago and for them to still be relevant and works of art today is any designer would love this on their resume.
As we take you to McDade here for birdie at the 10th, Mackenzie never saw the finished product. here or at Augusta National. He passed the age of 63. 1934, 2 months before that first Masters, but you think the indelible mark he's left on the sport. Now, this is a young man from Guam. Camacho.
One of the two really short par fours that are nearly drivable for these players, 4 being the other one. Now back to the par 5. Guam. Yeah, this one's heading a little right. Gets hung up. There's a little bit of green would work with.
This is McDade at the 11th.
This is one of the few, very few forced carries here. Got to carry the ball all the way up. That's a good shot. Par 3, very undulating green.
It's one of the famous holes here at Royal Melbourne. FIFA Lau Pakti from Thailand.
Here the dog leg right, par 4, 8th. Probably like a do-over on that one. Bit of a misread.
And we're live at the 10th. Tamang.
The only one of the group to lay up, and he's in the best position by far. Just inside 100 yards. Just a little chip with a pitching wedge, headed a little right of it.
Yeah, solid shot.
Well, force really just to shorten the swing up a little bit. Stay down nicely because you want to flight that ball down, allow for it to bang. Follow through now. You'll notice that years gone by, it was more like the fingers pointed at the target. Now it's more like the palm. They start with a slightly stronger grip. Still excellent technique. Just his 3rd appearance. But as you referenced, Rich, the first player ever from Nepal to make the weekend.
At the 11th. Matsui. Outstanding shot, Ryura Matsui. Trouble for Guan. Well, he got a little break here.
Oh, it could have been much worse, guys. Ended up on a walking path. It is sand, but much better than that high fescue rough. And has plenty of green to work with.
Colt's got to try and take that decision whether he plays it like a bunker shot or a pitch.
Exactly. He could put that back in his stance and try to hit ball first or play an explosion shot. Whatever you do, just commit to that shot.
It seems quite firm underfoot there, so maybe we'll go with the pitch. Definitely ball first.
That was great contact.
Oh, what a shot.
How good is that?
Sand generally is tightly packed here at Royal Melbourne.
Yeah, you get a variance in lies. So just clip that nicely. Once again, you know, just forced to go down. You really got to focus, almost pick a dimple on the back of the ball.
That was artful. It was a Seve-esque. Seve won here in 1981, the old Australian Masters.
A nice shot from Ding. Managed to get that to sit down nicely. Yeah, Ballesteros is one of the few players, well, the only player actually to win at Augusta National, St Andrews, and Royal Melbourne.
Yeah, Tiger was part of the winning President's Cup team here in 2019. Also won the Masters, Augusta National, and the Old Course at St Andrews. date at the 11th. Frank, you were here in 2019, and you know that was an absolute masterclass in shot making from Tiger Woods at a golf course that he would later say he absolutely loved, one of his favorites in the world.
Yeah, he speaks highly here. Actually has all the American team. A lot of them played it here for the very, very first time. Now at 8.
It is a place, Frank, that's been appreciated by the creative shot makers like Tiger and Seve Ballesteros. Tom Watson won here. All right, let's bring in Paul Gow with Croker.
Yeah, mishap for Quinn up here. This is a downwind par 4, quite long. He's hit it into the bushes, taking it unplayable, into the right trap. And these bunkers are some of the best in the world, but no spin. It surprised him somewhat. Now he's got some 6 foot for his 5.
Good look at the 10th here.
Lovely flow to the green.
And Frank, you mentioned Tiger in 2019 here. I was talking with Jeff Ogilvy about it this morning, and he said, this golf course will beat your head in if you're not careful. And Tiger just managed his game so much better than all the young stars in the game that week.
What?
Which he also did throughout his entire career.
As we watch Guan, Gold, I think one of the reasons why too, it's a great second shot golf course. There's 13 par 4s here, and his ability to flight the ball, and I think that's why so many great players came here with the same type of game, really does reward great iron players.
Matsui at the 11th. Yeah, he's fighting his way back. 3 over through the first 5, couple of birdies. Yeah, bounce in his step. It's a bogey putt now, Paul, for Croker.
Yeah, from a mishap from the tee shot. Wow, this is going to right. The wind is blowing hard down here. That is an unforced error for here.
And back to even par.
Now back at the par 5.
Could use this one, Tamang.
And by no means is it playing easy out here right now, but these guys definitely got the better end of the wave.
That's a good stroke.
It is much warmer and the wind blowing not quite as hard.
The forecast is to improve a little as the week goes on, expecting more sunshine come the weekend.
As much as we celebrate the winners of this championship, I know people at the R&A Augusta National are just as proud of the success stories like Tamang from Nepal. So they're trying to create these pathways in growing the game.
Yeah, we're starting to see junior academies pop up by virtue of this event. They're sharing resources. Now, Ding.
This for 2 in a row, down the hill, moving to his left.
Good fly back.
With his power, he's got to take advantage of the par 5s. That was well done there.
Tamang.
Just a little bit of a cleanup. Shouldn't be much in it.
"21 years old, from Nepal." So 13 from the home country, Australia. Japan's had tremendous success. Like Keita Nakajima, having won it a couple of years ago in Dubai. Takumi Kanaya was in 2018. They've since turned professional and are playing well on the Japan Golf Tour. China, Chinese Taipei, India, all these other countries with 7. India is growing the game. There's talk, who knows, maybe a decade down the road, that they could potentially host an Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. That economy's growing. No doubt at some point they'll have some infrastructure there which could allow them to make a bid for an Asia Pacific amateur.
Now to 11. Just 9 birdies here today. It's playing about a quarter of a shot over par, despite the fact that it's only 169 yards. But really, it's the undulation. And you see that steep runoff should you come up short, well bunkered. You actually play a little long, and sometimes that ball will run back to the green there. And because of the wind conditions, they've been very, very fair with the setup. And Colt, we have this flag here. It's 12 yards from the right. That would be considered sort of a long way away from the edges of the green. But there's all these humps and hollows that really protect this par 3.
Yeah, and it looks like an innocent hole location right in the middle of the green. Oh. With these helping winds and the firm greens, Frank, they're just trying to cover that front edge. But like you said, if you come up short, it comes well off the front edge. But what a gorgeous par 3 it is. I mean, this is a postcard. This one very high on a great line.
Oh, wonderful shot. Managed to draw it back into the southerly.
I mean, Frank, you've played here a lot of times. What wind do you think is the easiest?
Well, the south is the one that everybody gets used to, but the northerly breeze, when that kicks in, the temperature goes up and the golf course dries out. So while it might be more comfortable, the golf course then plays much faster. So I would still prefer the southerly.
Big gust came up right when he hit, but this one also really good looking, just a little left.
Frank, how do you like his technique with his full swing?
Yeah, no, it's good. You know that he's going to develop over the next couple of years. At the moment, it's a little rangy, you might say. But I love the rhythm. You look for the positives. It's unhurried, good balance.
Well, I just about lost my balance because I almost got hit from the 10th fairway. That'll wake you up.
Jeff Guan.
Looks to be no more than 8 iron for Guan here. Oh, this one was mishit, headed right, needs to go.
He'll have to fight for his 3 here at the famous 11. 2 over par and scuffling just a bit. The lead is at 5 under. A sensational round from one of the favorites, New Zealand's Kazuma Kabori. We'll come back with more in a moment.
So currently 11 players, even par or better, midway through this opening day here on Thursday. Of course, some stiff southerly conditions here have reduced the temperature. Now across to 12. McDade, his father, the coach for Mark Leishman. Mark Leishman grew up Warrnambool. That's our plus drive south of here. Excellent drive. Dog their right par 4, took it over the cross bunker. Shortens that hole up considerably. Yeah. Across to 9. Under 400 yards. Just hit it down there. Just a wedge in hand. Allow the ball to skip forward. A little too cautious. That's where you start to come unstuck here at Royal Melbourne. Got to take advantage of the shorter par 4s. So you see what happens when you come up short at this par 3. Comes a long way back. He's not the only one there. He's fortunate to get a good lie.
Frank, how tough's this up and down for Jeff Guan at the 11th?
Well, Colt, I know you're down there. Fortunately, he has enough green to work with, and it did not finish up in one of those divot holes.
Yeah, but it's a blind pitch, so you have to walk up there and just really have to trust your yardage, where you want to land it. This one coming in really low, needs to spin. That is going to be a ticklish one to save his par. But a pretty big miss hit with just an 8-iron here at the 11th.
Yeah, his last couple of holes lost a few right, so keep an eye on that, whether that pattern stays there for the rest of the round.
You see an Australian, Harrison Crowe is the defending champ, but has since turned professional. He won a year ago at Amata Springs in Thailand.
Yeah, he was the 3rd Australian to win this title. The last time it was here, 2014, Anthony Mudaka, who is now actually coaching some of the younger players.
He's in Adelaide. His caddy that year, you might remember, was Gareth Jones, who is now the national team coach for Japan. McDade.
McDade, uphill second shot. And that bounce certainly helped out.
Beautiful shot.
It's the advantage of taking across the dog leg.
Tamang back at the 11th.
Just goes to show, Colt, you don't have to have 230, 250 yard par 3s.
100% agree with you. I think all the best par 3s in the world are on the shorter side. And this one, the 11th, is just a beauty. It's a good look for birdie, but it's going to break hard to his right. And the wind's starting to get to that point where it affects these putts.
Oh, it was a good stroke too. Hit that beautifully. Only that breeze actually that kept it on the high side.
I'm very confused on how he shed his sweater.
Do you want to borrow it? Is that what you said?
It would fit over my left forearm. And that's about it.
Ballast helps in conditions like this, Colt.
Yeah, sometimes short and wide's not all too bad.
Especially in these conditions.
It did not help me this morning, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, similar line.
Yeah, he's really just got to get this one going. Down the hill, moving just a hair to his right.
Right forefinger down the shaft.
He was up and out of that one quickly. Got a little work left for his 4.
It's to save par. Laupatki from Thailand, 9th hole.
Yeah, second shot went over the back. Got the 3rd to here.
Confident stroke. Back at the 11th now. When Yi Ding trying to cash in after that magnificent shot here at the par 3.
And this for 3 in a row. He's got this round headed in the right direction. Ding, ding, ding.
Caddy is it fired up. Round 1 fist pumps. Disappointing bogey for Jeff Guan. So we talked about Australian success here at Royal Melbourne. Frank mentioning the 2014 Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. with more, here's Amanda.
Royal Melbourne last hosted the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship in 2014 when Antonio Murdaka cruised to a 7-shot victory. Playing in that edition was 3-time DP World Tour winner and 2021 Bermuda Championship champion Lucas Herbert, who has fond memories of his time playing here at the AAC.
Yeah, I obviously recall, got really fond memories of playing the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Just the way we were looked after, it was just a great event that everyone wanted to play. We obviously got really fortunate to play the venues that we played at. I felt like I got really lucky to be a part of that event for the 3 years that I did. And it was great to sort of launch my career into professional golf and, feel like I at least had a little bit of taste for what professional golf might have looked like, because I think that was, as close to a professional tournament as you could see an event get run. I think Royal Melbourne is a great venue. It's going to be a great challenge for the guys, and I think, I'm looking forward to seeing how our Australian guys go anyway.
And you think about the Australian amateurs. More recently, Curtis Luck won the U.S. Amateur. Nick Flanagan, early part of the 2000s as well. Bryden McPherson, 2011, won the Amateur. And you go all the way back to what was a pivotal year in Australian golf, 1954, and Doug Backley beat Big Bill Campbell to win the Amateur, first Aussie to do so. And that same year, Peter Thompson won the first of his 5 Open titles. Now, Wen Yi Ding.
Love this design here at the 12th. You can take it a lot more right than it looks. Just 250 to cover those fairway bunkers.
How's he hit it, Colt?
Hard and really good.
Golf is booming, Frank, in Vietnam.
A lot of golf courses being built there over the last decade. Hit a nice drive too. Only about 10, 15 yards short of the green, so you'd like to think that would guarantee his birdie.
That was An Min Win.
Now back at 12, dogleg right par 4 and Colt. It's how much you want to bite off this dogleg.
Yeah, when we were driving around the course the other day, Frank, I mean, you explained to me, it looks like the fairway's really narrow over those bunkers, but you actually have a ton of room.
It's a bit of an optical illusion. It's a pretty brave line.
Oh, just covers. That is perfect.
And that's the difference there. Just taking that right line, that'll be nearly 3 clubs short of going in. Nice to see that he put a splitter back on, something a little warmer. Just ripped it. Stayed with that nicely.
See if Guan can bounce back.
Yeah, a couple miss hits in a row. Needs to flush this one. Had his attention for a second, but seems to like it.
Yeah, similar line. 2 great tee shots.
See Jeff Guan hoping to follow in the footsteps, though he has a lot of work to do. Still only round 1. Follow in the footsteps of Aussie winners of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Antonio Murdaka now coaching in the Adelaide area. Curtis Luck, who's playing in the U.S. Korn Ferry Tour, and just turned professional Harrison Crow, who was clutched late in winning a year ago in Thailand. Right now, it is a young man from New Zealand, Kazuma Kaburi, leading by 2 after 5 under 66. Round 1 from Royal Melbourne.
Three Australians have won this championship. Low Australian at the moment, Jasper Stubbs, in with a round of 68, just 2 behind Gaborik. Now 13, Nagayan. Yeah, really that drive and pitch deserved 3. It led to another dogleg right par 4. That's a semi-blind tee shot. But just back to 12. McDade in an up and down round. last man in the field. Of course, he has a lot of experience around the 36 holes here, the west and the east course. Composite golf course, 12 holes from the west, 6 from the east. It's fine to play your practice rounds and be around here, but as soon as it's card and pencil in hand and the best amateurs in the South Pacific Rim, things get a little bit more difficult. So last minute, +2, still a few holes to go. Try and get it as close to even par come the end of the day. Now, Lynn at the par 5. Oh, that was a good-looking putt. Only 2 holes actually playing under par so far on the golf course. 13, short par 4, and 17. So
a cool, windy day here in Melbourne. The most celebrated golf courses in the world, Royal Melbourne. Almost 100 years old, designed by Dr. Alistair Mackenzie, who did, among others, Cypress Point and, most famously, Augusta National.
This is actually one of the most demanding second shots here at Royal Melbourne, because you're going uphill, and another one with a false front. So if you come up short, it's going to run all the way back down, well protected. Flags, it's a little easier today, Colt, being on that right side, and it's a flatter portion of the green. Hence, there's 12 birdies so far here today.
Yeah, I would say this is the easiest hole location here at the 12th. Don't have to worry about that false front quite as much. But you mentioned with Ding taking a little more conservative line off the tee, he has 162.
This is a pretty famous hole here, regarded as by aficionados as one of the best par 4s in the world. Frank, what makes it so challenging, so good?
Well, you know, I know everybody talks about narrowing fairways and growing rough. Royal Melbourne, Augusta, they're the opposite. It's wide fairways. It's a little bit like a sailor, you know, on the sea. You get to choose your own route, and that's, we've just seen 3 tee shots here. One, Ding took the safe road, Colt. Meanwhile, the other 2 challenged the line. They'll have a much easier and shorter club in here, purely because of the width of the fairway.
Yeah, and what makes it difficult as well is the green's perched up a little bit, and where he's at, he's coming off a downhill lie, so it's hard to hoist it. Oh, that needs to stay there.
The debate, obviously, if you narrow the fairways, you reduce options.
Wow, that is very fortunate for it to stay there.
Going from Vietnam here at the 14th. Made the cut last year in Thailand. He's only 16. Another young player who came through the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship Academy. And now back to the 12th. Another Academy graduate.
And a really nice tee shot, has just 133 left. Has just a really nice smooth swing. Can't be any more than just a pitching wedge left for him.
In cold, windy conditions, sometimes it's hard to keep that rhythm.
No doubt about it, especially going back into the wind. Tend to get a little short and a little quick. It's all about just striking it solid on days like today. This one just a little right of it, but not much. Very nice.
Very tidy today.
That was a huge tee shot from Guan. Flew the bunkers by a good 30 yards, now with just 124. Time to dial one in. Oh, this is another one that needs to go. Oh, boy. That is 2 huge mistakes in a row with short irons.
It was very steep on that. And that's the protection. False front. Can't come up short.
And it's not stopping anytime soon. Oh.
Yeah, and to add insult to injury, it ends up in that divot hole. I talked about the academy playing a vital role in these grassroots efforts to grow the game. Recently, organizations from Thailand and Australia have been at the forefront in teaching young men and women just how big an impact this game can have on people's lives. With more, here once again is Amanda.
The AAC Academies is an opportunity for players all over the Asia Pacific region to hone their skills with experienced golf coaches.
Very good. See us coming a bit higher.
Earlier this year, 28 of the field's participants attended 2 academies that were hosted, one at the Amata Spring in Thailand and the other at this year's host site, Royal Melbourne.
So the AAC Academy is sort of an academy that's done 2 or 3 months before the event to prepare players that maybe don't get the same preparation that other major countries get.
We had short game coaches, mental coaches, technical coaches, all that, fitness coaches, so just everything you need just to be a pretty good golfer, and it's a lot more than what we actually thought it was.
So we did a lot of course management. We looked through a lot of the course on yardage books, mainly just figuring out a game plan.
For us from the Pacific, it's in a way a dream come true to be part of it. Yeah, we're just real grateful for the opportunity to be part of it.
A man from Nepal, and really what strikes you, Frank, I know you feel this way, is the gratitude level of players from these less well-established golf countries. They've won the lottery. And now here's Guan, tough spot.
Going with a very straight-faced club, trying to run it all the way back there. I think mostly because of that lie he had.
Yeah, reduce the options. Yeah, the academy's rich. You know, it's a sharing of information. Players like Guan, they have the Australian Institute of Sport, Victorian Institute of Sport. That's been going on for nearly a quarter of a century. But some of the newly developed golfing nations, they're getting to share that information.
They come here, they're treated with respect regardless of their ability currently. And they're all striving to get better. And it's taking hold in places like Vietnam. Nick Faldo, who played a lot of great golf down under through the years, built a few golf courses in Vietnam.
Yeah, plus he has his own junior series as well. So the Faldo series, Rory McIlroy actually came through that. So it's these initiatives where some of the great players have really are playing it forward. Now 13.
There's McDade. He drove it into that bunker, and you could see again, Frank, how tightly packed that sand is.
Yeah, and you'll actually get this similar bunker shot in all the bunkers because the lips are perched up. Very rarely do you ever see a ball plug in the face here, so it normally roll on the base. That was beautifully played.
Back at the 12th, and this is Wen Yi Ding.
He has about 35 feet up the hill, but downwind. I think he'd be very happy with 2 putts here. A little bit of work left.
Tours of the clubhouse, aacgolf.com. Full team on site here from Augusta National, the R&A, Asia Pacific Golf Confederation, all coming together to make this happen. It's really just a wonderful collaboration. Guan.
It's starting to get a little bit away from him right now. Made bad bogeys at 8 and 9. Didn't take advantage of the 10th. Coming off a bogey at 11th. He needs this one.
Oh, yeah. That's gutsy right there.
A little fist pump.
Yeah, I mean, it potentially spiraling in the wrong direction. You hang in there.
That'll make the walk up the hill to the 13th a little more enjoyable.
And here we are at the 13th. This birdie putt for McDade.
Missed a few on the left. His last few holes. Beautiful look there at 12. Huge hill behind it. Normally adorned with spectators.
By the way, Tom Weiskopf infamously four-putted here. The 72 World Cup said it's the only green he'd ever four-putted when he was trying on every putt. Late great Tom Weiskopf will take his rightful place in the Hall of Fame next year. Yeah, excellent. Nice birdie with Subhash Tamang. Let's go down to the 4th. This is Marcus Lim and Paul. What's going on?
Yeah, quite incredible. He stood on the tee after making a bogey on the 3rd. He had a driver and an iron in his hand, and I was begging him to take the iron, but he took the driver and finished in the salt bush, not to be found. Back to the tee, took the iron, and now he's got this putt that spun back from about, it got up to about a foot from the hole, but had a lot of action on it. So now he's got some 20-odd feet straight back up the hill and just trying to keep it together. It's one of those golf courses, not a long hole, but deadly.
Frank, you remember Wan Tian Long, 2012, what a finish that was in Thailand.
And of course, what he did the next year too, being the youngest player ever at 14 years of age to make the cut or play 4 rounds in the Masters. But yeah, he actually denied Hideki Matsuyama of winning this championship 3 times in a row.
And he went around, what was it, Amada Springs, hitting hybrids tight all week and then made that big putt late.
I'll never forget, yeah, the last hole was a long par 4, hit driver hybrid and had to make a 5-footer. 14 years of age, he beat the best amateurs in the area. Takumi Kanaya was another winner from Japan. I mean, Japan's had some good players that have come through there. And Kita Nakajima, well, like Colt Knost, was the Mark McCormick Award winner. He was the #1 player in the world.
Kanaya and Nakajima are currently 1-2 on the money list on the Japan Golf Tour. So they're very likely going to jump to the DP World Tour. Top 3 on the Japan Golf Tour earn spots on the DP World Tour. There's sort of a whole ladder to success building toward the PGA Tour these days.
This is a fun par 4 here, 13, 330. It's a little downhill. Choices galore there. The bunkers are actually in the middle. It can play like a split fairway, but Colt, if you've got power, this is the time to turn up the dial.
100%, and with it back into the wind, I think most guys will like to go with driver here. And I mentioned Winnie Ding headed to Arizona State, going to join a team with Preston Summerhays and Luke Potter. I wouldn't want to mess with the Sun Devils. Coach Thurman is going to have a loaded team.
As we said, they changed the rotation. Same 18 holes here for composite. Normally this is the 3rd hole in the other rotation.
Frank, did you ever get lost going around this golf course?
I did yesterday. And once again, 174 mile an hour ball speed. That's as much as the top players in the world. So he does not lack the power.
Seen some Chinese players in the collegiate ranks in America. Zicheng Zhou, 17 years old. It's on the leaderboard right here after a round of 1 under 70. He's going to play at Cal Berkeley.
One thing I love about this tournament, they encourage ready golf. Subhash made birdie at the last, but wasn't up there quite ready to go yet, so Ding went ahead and played.
Didn't quite have the same power, 160 miles an hour at ball speed. So it means he's giving up probably about 25 yards. So Colt lost a couple of shots right. He's got to get that swing back on track.
He would love to replicate that tee shot at the last. It was hammered, but the iron game has just been giving him all kinds of trouble. This back into the wind definitely has the power to carry that bunker.
Needs the kick forward. A bit of a soft bounce.
This is Dowling, another Australian, 18th hole, and he's currently tied for second. Billy Dowling.
Swallowed up in those bunkers down the right.
He's won 4 World Amateur Golf Ranking events since August, including the Queensland Amateur. Jeff Guan, part of that Australian team, they took silver, the World Amateur Team Championship in Abu Dhabi last weekend. Good times for Australian golf, but right now New Zealand on top with 5 under 66.
McDade here at 14. Just see part of her. A little walkway in the distance is a good line down that left. And from there, it's an uphill second shot. Plays about half club uphill. Tee tree. Never good. Two-tee start, so players start at 1 and 9. Bintang, that's a par on his final hole. 120 players here. So 72, that's some good playing this afternoon. Still currently 5 players in red numbers. Billy Dowling, fresh off after that eagle at 17. He's bunkered at 18, still has a chance there to post a run of 68. Another look at the 13th. See the split fairway by the bunkers in the middle. If the wind turns in the other direction, it's going to be very drivable for some of these players in the field. There's the other bunker that's just short, 277 yards. That's already caught a few today. Fairway kicks to the left and forward. 305 to the front. Might look like an oversized par 3, but it's a really tricky little pitch shot, especially with that flag in the back left.
We're live at the 13th hole here at Royal Melbourne Golf Club. It's round 1 of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
It should be Tenang to play first down that right side.
And this hole very gettable today. That back hole location. Subhash has right around 70 yards and a great angle. There's actually a slope right of the hole he can use to feed it down to his left.
He is a very respectable 139th in the World Amateur Golf rankings. This year alone, he has top 10s in all 10 of his World Amateur Golf ranking starts, including 2 wins in Nepal and 1 in India. He hates it.
Took a massive bounce.
It's actually not a bad place to putt from. Going back. His first time around here this week, so he's trying to still learn all the nuances of this golf course. Now at 18, third shot for Dowling now. Firm bases underneath.
I love that sound, Frank.
Beautifully played.
You can hear it.
So you have that for 68.
And his countryman, Jeff Guan, at 13.
I like this look right here. Up on top of the hill. Can see where he wants to land it.
Trying to use that slope, Colt.
And it's up on top, and here it comes. Just a little deep, though.
It's getting better.
He appears to have good hands. He confidently goes at those shots, Frank.
Yeah, brisk rhythm. Now ding.
Drove it way down there, just 40 yards left. This breaking left.
Beautiful shot.
I mean, Frank, if you're going to build a golfer, it would look a lot like this. I mean, he's a big, strong guy with a beautiful golf swing.
Yeah, and power to burn. We've already seen his ball speeds up there around 175.
He is 17th in those World Amateur Golf rankings. Earlier this month, finished tied for 3rd in a professional event back in China.
Well, you know, talk of the town recently, you know, Ludwig Oberg, same type of thing. Really good driver of the golf ball, has the power. So the transition to professional golf has actually been very easy for him.
Bao Han now, he is the only man from Laos in the field. Tamalak Bao Han.
None of these players have found the green here. You know, 13 from the back edge.
And Colt, just your impressions of Royal Melbourne.
Just awesome. I mean, I want to play this place so bad. It's one of those golf courses that just makes you think nonstop.
Frank, this is the composite golf course. 12 from the west and 6 from the east.
Yeah, if you just come in and play during the week, I mean, either golf course is great. You know, the Mackenzie course, which is the west, the Alex Russell course, the east. And this golf course, the composite actually was first put together in 1959 for the Canada Cup, or what was the World Cup in those days. Great collection, dogleg rights, dogleg lefts. Just about use every club in the bag too, which is the sign of a great golf course. And generous fairways.
And Frank, I would say it's one of those golf courses you never hear a bad word about, which doesn't happen very often.
No.
I mean, everyone that comes here just loves this place.
Yeah, I remember in 1988 they had the World Cup of Golf here, and Ben Crenshaw, the great architect, I mean, he just raved. He fell in love with the place the first time he ever played here.
88 was also the bicentennial.
Correct. Yeah.
And here in Australia, this golf course.
That was won by Roger Davis.
Beat Freddie Couples.
Yep. Yeah, they've had I think 16 Australian Opens, Ladies Opens. Lydia Ko, the last woman to win around here.
Jessica Korda has won here as well.
Oh, good roll. So after that bad start, really picked it up. So you can see currently 1 under for his back 9. Good fight. Now Guan.
Got a pretty good look off Subash's putt there. And I agree with you, Frank. This is a good spot to putt from, actually coming back up the hill a little bit.
Exactly.
That is a gorgeous stroke. But not a gorgeous result. From my angle, this one looked pretty close. Can't be more than 4 feet, is it?
Well, maybe we finally see. Yeah, birdie out of the group here.
His caddy's going to need to keep his emotions under control.
Can you imagine if they're in the thick of it on Sunday? We're just getting started here. 1 under, 4 back. Check out the caddy. Come on. We had a good time last night, Frank, didn't we, at the kickoff event of the week? It was held at Melbourne's wonderful Crown Hotel. I was not, for a change, the tallest person in the room.
Yeah, only by 2 people in stilts.
A participant, good food, chance to mingle with some of the folks from Augusta National Golf Club. Distinct honor to welcome everyone there. And there's the captain, Tony Rule. And you saw the pledge for fair play and the toast from Jeff Guan of Australia.
And once again, you were juggling duties there, MC, as well. So.
When Yi Ding after the birdie.
This is another one where you can definitely take it a little more right than it looks. This one headed up the left side, might need to sit down a little bit, but it's going to be just fine, but pretty far back.
Billy Dowling now is to save part 18 and get in with 68, 3 under par.
So 2 Australians now. Jasper Stubbs and Billy Dowling, rounds of 68. They're not wearing the national team color hats there. Going to have another team issue. Back to 14.
And that's the first time since I picked this group up he hasn't gone with driver. And that one headed left. Looks like it's on the walkway and could be behind that massive tree.
I think that's a eucalyptus tree minus the koalas. One more look. It's maybe a little protection that with that right hand there, didn't want to lose it right.
Well, it's just the beauty of the design, Frank. It looks like all the trouble's down the right, but you can run out of room so quickly on the left. That's where you got to do your homework.
One also with 3-wood. That should be just fine.
Yeah, that's a beauty there.
Hasn't had his best stuff today, Jeff Guant, but he's hanging in. We've enjoyed watching him and all these other competitors from around the Asia Pacific region. Day 1 from Royal Melbourne.
Our first look at 16 today. They're using the back right tee, so 183 yards. Guyan. Swallowed up by one of those mini bunkers around here. 6 birdies here at 16. Another par 3 that's playing difficult. Might want to duck that hole. Certainly a good place to bring your family out. It's the wildlife here is wonderful. Actually, Melbourne Zoo too, one of the great zoos of the world. Not far from here. 14. Just saw those tee shots here down the right. Tea tree and some trees. You see how it opens up? So it's a little bit of an optical illusion. That's where the players are hugging that left side. But the beauty of this hole really is the second shot. Plays a full half club up the hill, especially to a front hole location. A little bit of guesswork involved. Enough slope and undulation to only reward the best approach shot. Severe slope off the left side. Anything pulled there will be punished.
So 120 players from 37 countries and territories across the Asia Pacific region. Yuta Segura struggled today with 79, highest ranked player in those World Amateur Golf rankings. 10 players from the top 100. The youngest is Kartik Singh from India, the oldest Abid Hussain from Fiji. 50 are making their debuts, and we have 6 who played here at Royal Melbourne back in 2014. We're at the 14th hole. Good look here for Jeff Guan.
Has 167 coming up the hill. That pin tucked over a deep front left bunker. There is a backstop about 7 or 8 paces behind this hole you can use.
Go.
This another one that's going to come up well short. Even short of the bunker. Something going on with those iron shots, Frank.
Yeah, that was certainly turf before ball, that's for sure. And we saw that back 2 holes previous.
In my opinion, Frank, he's just getting a little steep on it with the face open. He's hitting those weak fades, and the wind's just smoking it. And nothing weak about that. This one looks really good.
Yep, right distance, it's for sure. Nice clips. Ball beautifully there to get a good strike. Look at recheck where that hole's located now. Problems here on that left side for Tamang.
Wow, that was a really risky shot. I thought he was just going to pitch it out sideways. That's not too bad.
That's a pretty cool looking shot.
Yeah, ended up in that front green side bunker.
He's 21 years old. Looks like an old soul already. Meager beginnings back in Nepal. Through golf, he's been able to really help his family improve their lot. And here's Jeff Guan. We talked about Subhash, the first from Nepal to make the cut. That was in Thailand just a year ago. And recently, the Nepal Golf Association, to the point I just made, raised enough money to build Subhash and his family a small house in their village of Lalitpur back in Nepal. Here's more on Subhash's inspiring journey.
Hi, I am Subhash Tamang. I am from Nepal. Really like Royal Melbourne.
It's a privilege to come here and play this event, and especially keeping the ball low in windy conditions. I mean, that's a major challenge that he has found here, and he'll be trying to keep the ball low during the week.
Nepal go first time.
Making the cut was historic, and it was the biggest ever achievement by a Nepali player, so it was definitely big, and this should inspire a lot of players as well. And he recognizes the offer that he has received from AAC, that he was able to come to Melbourne for 1 week's training in May, and he plans to take all the learnings and make his game better in the future. His parents can't really support him because they have actually hard time, so he came to do ball boy at Royal Nepal Golf Club, where he was spotted by Nepal Golf Association's president Tashi Ghale, and he has been supporting him right from the beginning. He loves it every day, trying new things, practicing on the golf course, spending time on the golf course. So he's just grateful that he is playing this game. Golf is growing in Nepal. There are now junior camps, there are more tournaments, there are even professional tournaments. So golf is, not big in Nepal, but it is in the growing mode.
Yeah, what a good story. And that's his manager, Deepak Acharya, translating. And Frank, that is what Martin Slumbers of the R&A, Masters Tournament Chairman Fred Ridley, are talking about when they discuss pathways forward. Show me a way, a fairway, a hole, a dream, and they'll walk that path.
Yeah, not to, it literally is like climbing Everest. They have a very old golf course. Royal Nepal Golf Club dates back to 1917, and yet they still only have 7 golf courses. So it's events like this that actually make players like that go home and say this is a game for a lot of people. They have 30 million people in Nepal and only 7 golf courses. So that's why we want to develop golf in those areas.
Win at 16.
Technique is excellent. Get the ball to land that softly on these quick, firm greens.
Yeah, he won the Faldo Series Asia Grand Slam final back in Vietnam. We talked about Sir Nick and all that he's done to promote and grow junior golf around the world. Now Wen Yi Ding.
Another beautiful iron shot, big breaker from left to right.
2 under, Colt. That is good playing this afternoon.
He is rolling right now, making it look easy.
2022 USGA Junior Amateur Champion making his presence felt. 4 birdies last 5 holes for Wen Yi Ding. After that poor second, Guan chipped to this point now to save the par.
Yeah, he had 35 yards left for his third, so obviously a big miss hit, but he could get out of here with par.
It's just been a sloppy round today, Frank.
Yeah, certainly. I think that's the right word for it.
But it started with so much promise, birdie, in the first 2.
Yeah, but as we said earlier, it's a second shot golf course. His iron play has been very sublime. It's ordinary at best, really, and that's what's cost him today.
Now this would be an incredible 4 after that tee shot. He flirted with disaster.
Scrambling man, Subhash Tamang. And if there are any young golfers, and we know there are, back in Nepal, he would be to those young golfers as Tiger Woods was to so many coming up in the United States. Creating heroes. That's what this is all about at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
Kazumi Kabora fresh off winning the individual in Abu Dhabi last week. 66, that's not going to be touched today, especially given the conditions. As we go up to 13, and Lin has a chance to get back to even par. Just drips it down the hill. That's a great birdie. The short par 4. Across to the 8th hole. Max Charles here. Uphill putt. Nicely done. Just like Augusta National, these quick greens, anything around that 5-6 foot mark has to be respected. 73. I know that's not what he wanted, but when you consider how difficult it's been, the average score really close to 77 in these conditions. Realize. And that's the flag there at 16. Just a beautiful par 3. Longest par 3 on the golf course today is this 16th hole. So there's not a single par 3 over 200 yards. You see just the bunkering. They actually have two options. There's a longer par 3 that's often used just behind this hole, so they could vary it up if they want to. And if you look in the distance at Hill Range Arthur's Seat, it's in Port Phillip Bay.
Wen Yi Ding is on a roll. He's birdied 5 of his last 6.
90-degree dogleg right par 4, just trying to get something out there in the fairway around 230.
China's done really well in this championship, Frank. Yu Xin Lin won it twice in your home country, in New Zealand, and then back in his homeland of China.
Yeah, great left-hander, really. I mean, when we first saw him, another one that's very, very powerful. Obviously, that sort of Chinese invasion was started by Guan there at Amada Springs. We were there last year. And Jinsheng, that's the only time it's been 54 holes. Clearwater Bay in Hong Kong.
Give you a look at some of what we've seen from Wen Yi Ding, and Frank, it's been impressive.
Well, it has. I mean, he's powerful off the tee, but I mean, he shows a fine touch there. I mean, just the roll of that. So he's got length and he's got touch. That's a potent combination.
So he bogeyed 3 of his first 5 to start the round, and you saw at 9 he begins the comeback, and he keeps it going.
Yeah, he turned it around and turned around in a hurry. It's a beautiful bunker shot. So give him a chance to start making a few birdies. Then at 11, the par 3. Breeze is going a little from the left, so hits a beautiful draw that holds up into the breeze. And consequently got it to land softly. That was a great shot.
Another birdie, and now on number 13.
Big drive once again. And his technique, those short shots, is excellent.
Crafty play, and that led to another birdie. So birdies at 9, 10, 11 apart, 12, birdie at 13, and here at number 14.
Yeah, really, it was set up with the iron shot, got it on the right level.
About that. 3 over, standing on 9T, and now he's at the 15th, and he is 2 under par.
Good tee shot. Just another hole where he's respected the dog leg. Just hit iron down here. And with his power, he can reach 17. That's the par 5. So he could certainly close in on Kabori.
Who's that svelte, handsome guy who just walked into the picture right there? How quickly they go to the aerial shot.
Well, Colt can fit in that fairway there. 51 yards wide, then it does narrow up. That's why we're not seeing a lot of drivers there today, especially with the breeze. And good contours. It's a tough hole location, sticking it in the back right-hand corner. And consequently, this hole is playing over par. Very difficult to get it to land on that back portion and stop it.
Frank, you played in that very first practice round here in 1981 when you came to Royal Melbourne with the great Peter Thompson. What did he tell you about playing this golf course?
Well, in short, really, just respect making a par. You know, it's weird when you're young, you think you can go at every flag. And the key was really a par will never hurt you, especially with an approach shot like this. You don't have to take every flag on.
Tamang
That from 193. Hole up on a small little shelf. That one's not near the shelf.
Only one birdie here at 15 today.
And Frank, I think just with how firm these greens are, you can't fly it up top. You got to land one just below and hope it bounces up.
Yeah, you've almost got to accept that 30-footer. Because there's that big swale short of this flag.
Like you said, pars don't hurt you here. Oh, this one's hung a little right and the wind's hitting it hard. Got to go. Boy, that dropped in the front bunker. That could have buried.
And that is a really difficult bunker shot there. Somehow got to try and either skip it up the hill or land it on the flat. Test his mettle.
This is Ahmad Skeik. He's from the United Arab Emirates, 26 years old, the only player from the UAE in this field. Well, that's an outstanding shot, making his 5th Asia Pacific amateur appearance. Was 42nd 2 years ago in Dubai. And back to Jeff Guan.
Perfect tee shot, just 155 left. This a much better strike. All over it if it's the right number, but
Swallowed up on that swell, but still, you're right, Colt. It's a better strike.
Jeff Guan looking to heat up the way Wenyi Ding has done recently. It was a great sporting city here in Melbourne. They hosted the Olympics 1956. You get Australian Open tennis. They love their cricket, Australian rules, football, all of it in Melbourne.
In the late 1880s, it was considered one of the richest cities in the world. The English journalist George Augustus Sala coined the phrase, Melbourne, the marvellous. Now, Matsuya hopes for that one to just come down a little bit. And part of Melbourne, the marvellous, is the marvellous sandbelt. Huge collection of not good golf courses, great golf courses. Now, short par 4, the puck tee. Oh, nearly took the hole completely out. I mean, for some of these developing golf countries, they would never have putted on greens at this speed. It's the biggest adjustment for them. Just 2 par 5s here at Royal Melbourne. 17th here. Beautiful cross bunker. Nagayan looks like he's found it. Start of that bunker is some 90 yards short of this par 5 green. So, as it's been said for many a day, hardest shot in golf is the long bunker shot. This green's like a Ruffles potato chip. Hardly a flat spot.
Here's another tremendous Grow the Game initiative, Drive, Chip, and Putt. And for more information, go to drivechipandputt.com. Kids ages 7 to 15 with the opportunity to compete at Augusta National the Sunday before the Masters. Wenyi Ding buried at 15.
Yeah, he had nothing, guys. That ball was a fried egg. Just trying to limit the damage and get out of here with a 5.
It's the first one of those we've seen today in the bunkers.
Well, it was hit a mile in the air and back into the wind, so I wasn't any bit surprised that it plugged.
Hit nearly 6 inches behind that. Almost got to completely close the club face, this type of sand here, and just pop it down. See, a lot of players will use less bounce in these sandbelt bunkers. This would be a bonus if this went in for Guan.
I would think when you're playing your practice round here at 15, Frank, and you know this is going to be a hole location, this is probably the place you practice putting from. Because over this green is a nightmare.
That'll be a good 4. #15, hardest hole, one of the second hardest hole on the golf course today. Only the 5th hole is played more difficult.
And I know these guys are going to finish late and it's going to be cold, Frank, but I would expect Guan to go hit a few balls after the round.
Yeah, most definitely. Needs to tighten up that iron play. Now, across to 14, Lynn. Uphill. Still uphill.
Wenyi Ding now at the 15th. It's a par putt.
Yeah, first little bit of stress in quite some time. Slow one coming up the hill, moving to his right as it slows down.
So the Wenyi Ding freight train momentarily pauses. He had birdied 5 of 6 to go from 3 over to 2 under, and now a bogey, and still though in red figures. And Matsui at 16.
Just run it down the hill.
A little bit left for Ryura Matsui. Just 16. Won the South Australia Amateur Classic earlier this year. Tamang at the 9th. This to stay at 4 over. Connor McDade, this birdie putt at 16. China's won it 4 times, Japan as well. Australia looking to match with a 4th. Korea has won it twice. Right now, it is Kazuma Kobori of New Zealand, leading by 2 after 5 under 66 at Royal Melbourne.
All those flags up there representing the 37 different countries and territories playing in this year's championship. China so far with 4 champions. It's the highest. Australia needs another champion this week to tie that. They currently have 3. But Kobori, New Zealander, vying for New Zealand's first ever champion here at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Anything in red figures today is something to be proud of, that's for sure. Royal Melbourne showed its teeth. Separated the field a little bit. That's Zach Swanwick, the Australian boys champion there. Now have a look at 16 here. They're using the right tee of the par 3. Well protected by bunkers left, right and short. So trying to keep that ball on the left side of the green. You really do have to fly it at least halfway forward to avoid the roll-offs at the front. Back bunker has also taken a few today. Comfortably playing over par. 6 birdies, so it's been a bit stingy today. That looks like Juan come to make up his mind. He's got 2 clubs.
Live at the 16th tee. This is Jeff Guan of Australia, round 1 of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship from Royal Melbourne.
Playing 183 today and downhill, downwind. But with the cold weather, I would think something around 165 to 170 would be the ideal yardage.
It's a bit of flight. Remember, he's lost a few to the right today, but so he's playing a little bit of a correction. Expecting that wind to push it to the right.
If there's time, there's a good chance he's going to be on the range when this round is over.
Well, the good news for players at this level, Rich, they can figure it out pretty quickly.
So really trying to fly at about 175, Colt. Good ball kick forward.
Yeah, just got to cover that front bunker. I mean, that thing bounced almost as high as the flagstick.
Firm bounce, and that's deep into the bunker too. So in danger of bogeying 2 consecutive holes.
I mean, it's downwind, so you get to hit a shorter club, but it just makes it so much harder to stop it anywhere on this putting surface. This one a much lower flight, needs to get up and catches the bunker.
So once again, just a short par 3, 183 yards. All 3 players struggling to find the putting surface.
Well, Frank, the announcement was made today that the 15th Asia Pacific Amateur Championship will go to Japan, Taiheiyo Club's Gotemba course. That'll be early October of 2024. Gotemba, dating to 1977, was renovated 5 years ago by Rhys Jones with consultation from 2-time Asia Pacific Amateur Champion and Masters Champion Hideki Matsuyama. It's southwest of Tokyo with magnificent views of Mount Fuji. Has hosted the Taiheiyo Masters as well the World Cup. 22 years ago, won by Ernie and Retief. You see the dignitaries today, the executive director of the Japan Golf Association, Andy Yamanaka, saying, quote, "We are prepared to showcase Japanese golf at the highest levels and build on the success of past champions of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship like Hideki, Takumi Kanaya, and Keita Nakajima." Great news for Japan. Look forward to that, Frank. You, I know, played a lot of golf in Japan.
Yeah, they're very proud. I also spoke to the dignitaries last night about that. I mean, it's worthy to go to a site of that magnitude too. It's basically their Royal Melbourne, to be honest. Taiheiyo Club. Greens are just magnificent. So
from Japan, Hideki winning it back-to-back. And then Takumi Kanaya in 2018 was talking to Garrett Jones, who is the coach of the Japanese national team and has delivered several #1 ranked players, including the two you see there, Takumi Kanaya and Keita Nakajima. He said Takumi Kanaya is really a tough competitor. Nakajima has probably the most polish and potential to be a big-time star. But he said Kanaya, if he can gain just another 10 to 15 yards, could be a force to be reckoned with.
Now at 16, the bunker shot for Tamang.
Pretty good lie, plenty of green to work with.
Get in.
Go in.
Oh. He has spent his fair share of time in the bunkers today. Which, as I found out this morning, Frank, is pretty easy to do around these parts.
Yeah, the bunkering is spectacular. I don't know if they're to be avoided or enjoyed. But it's
This championship stretching to so many countries across the region, including Pakistan.
Yeah, Jahangir here at 18. And this would be for a round of 78 should it go in. If it can trickle down that hill. Maybe
Come
another
on,
roll.
baby, do
Yes!
that. Salman Jahangir, Pakistan.
What a way to finish. And that's another good fight back. Now back at 16, Ding.
He's going to have to land this on a downslope, but going back into the wind so he can get it to land soft.
He's got some skills.
Kind of like that.
Now, that was just a moment ago. Live here with Guan.
Probably the toughest of the three bunker shots. Has to just get it out. Oh, that's fantastic. Keep going.
That was saucy right there.
Just looking at this marvelous, bunkers around Rich. Alistair McKenzie had 13 rules for design. Don't ask me what they all are right now, but when you start looking at the golf course, and you can just see that really any level of player can play here. This golf course, whether it's golf for your first ever time, best amateurs in the world, or even the best professionals in the world, it's a sign of a great venue.
Yeah. To that point, Frank, there's a good quote on the Mackenzie Society website, a story where he writes to Royal Melbourne and says, can I please have a list of the club members, their ages and their handicaps, adhering to principle number 12 of the 13 published in his book from 1920 Golf Architecture, that the course should be arranged so that the high handicap player or even the absolute beginner could enjoy his or her round in spite of the fact that they're piling up a big score.
Yeah, that's also why he respected St Andrews so highly, because St Andrews basically adheres to all of those rules. Now, par putt.
Oh, and Frank, Mackenzie went to St Andrews in 1915, charted the old course in such great detail, and then produced a map in 1924 that we still recognize to this day. It's still widely referenced and used. Of course, you mentioned, his background in military camouflage, before he got into golf course architecture.
Yeah, we now, sort of hold the Cores and the Crenshaws. I know Victoria's own Mike Clayton, Jeff Ogilvy, designers of the future, hopefully, as Ding makes a great three.
I was glad you mentioned your good buddy Mike Clayton. What a significant figure he's been in Australian golf in particular, but really golf around the world, and how bright he is and thoughtful on so many aspects of the game.
Very much so. Now at the par 5, 17, third shot here for Matsui. Two good shots just in front. And he will have an excellent chance there for birdie.
Tamang. Oh, it's too bad. Yeah, it's a second double today, so just like that to 7 over par. Just to hang in, try to fight, and make the cut as he did a year ago in Thailand.
This is a big putt for Jeff Guan. Obviously been a struggle today, but one of the favorites coming into this championship. It's hard to play well all 4 days, so if you can just limit the damage, get it in the house, and then try to figure something out before tomorrow.
With authority. Keeps his cool. You just suspect, Frank, that with one little tweak, he'd come out here tomorrow, depending on the conditions, and shoot 3-4 under.
Yeah, he'll be back to the range just now. We haven't seen an eagle. McDade, 2 huge hits here onto the 17th green. So it should guarantee his 4 here along par 5. Last man in the field.
He's a big young guy, not unlike Cam Davis.
17 green.
One of the promising young Australian professionals. Think about Minwoo Lee, who recently won a tournament in Macau. How good he is. Lucas Herbert. Yeah. Minwoo's sister just won an LPGA Tour event in South Korea. She has been on fire lately. Australian standouts.
Looking back to the tee at 17. It's a semi-blind tee shot. There's a couple of trees down the left side. There's one with a white trunk. Colt, you can sort of use as a line if you want to work it off it.
Yeah, definitely want to keep it right of that snow gum down the left. But this is a big fairway, and with it being downwind, I think you can let it loose here. This one up the right side, drawing back to the center. Beautiful tee shot and long.
Yeah, so he should have a chance to reach. Second easiest hole on the golf course today because of that breeze behind. We've yet to see an eagle here, but there has been 6 recorded today.
Nice. Oh, this one is up the very right side, needs a bounce. That finds the rough and could be blocked out by some trees.
Now that breeze coming from the south, so it is pushing towards the trees as we saw dings, but look at down the left side, there's a tree with a white trunk. You can see that off the tee. A lot of players will work it off that line, nearly 300 yards to the rough there. Then it opens up. Beautiful bunkers placed about 90 yards short there. So if you do get in trouble like ding, you really do have to consider where you lay up short of that or try and advance it over there and sort of eke your way close to the green. Another green, it might look circular, but it's very undulating.
The other side of that road you see right there is Victoria Golf Club.
Correct. Just flows beautifully amongst here. It's a nice finish. Par 3 16. You get the par 3, par 5, par 4 finish. Now Tamang.
Yep. You guys think my goal is I think it's okay. It's a fun.
Now got to chase something down there close to the green. It's a good tee shot.
Been in the house for quite some time. Kazuma Kabori, just turned 22 and turned in a great scorecard, 5 under 66 to lead day one here at the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
Now, as we look at the leaderboard, they're all playing for the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. The trophy is just under 16 inches tall, weighs about 13 pounds, but really what it stands for in the amateur game. Chance next year to play in the Open Championship, play in the Masters, British Amateur, really elevate your status and perhaps consider a future in the game. Zachary Swanwick won the Australian Boys Championship this year. Player to look for in the future too. Strong player. Anson Yeo from Malaysia, round of 73. Now Nagayan, it's been a tough day out here. So this goes in, be around a 72. Not to be too over, still better than most out here today. 7 players in red figures, which is actually a little more than what we expected given the weather forecast and those breezes at times gusting in 30 miles an hour. Clubhouse renovated a few years ago. They added the second floor. Now McDade at 18, fresh off the birdie at 17.
Back to Royal Melbourne, the jewel in the famous Melbourne Sandbelt with its rolling sandy terrain, the dramatic bunkering and greens, and Kazuma Kobori, who has been red hot around the world, coming off that 67-65 weekend to win the individual title at the World Amateur Team Championship in Abu Dhabi, has hosted 5 under 66. Bogey free, Frank, as well, from New Zealand, your home country.
Yeah, made the trip. Actually was unwell last week, but had that round of 65 on the Sunday where that guaranteed the individual prize. New Zealand finished 5th in the end. They had 5 of the top 6 amateurs in the world played in the Eisenhower last week, so it shows you the caliber of player he had to be. As Ding is looking for his tee shot here at 17.
By the way, the United States did win that team title.
Up here. Yeah. Thank you. Callaway? That's Cameron.
Yeah, we thought that ball was just inside the tree line further down there.
2 USGA champions right there you saw in that picture. Colt won the US Amateur at the Olympic Club back in 2007. And Wen Yi Ding, USGA Junior Amateur champ.
Yeah, they did find it, guys, and I believe he's going to have a clear shot.
And definitely just stayed inside the thick tree line.
And Colt, I saw Walter Driver last night, had a nice chat with Walter, formerly with the USGA. I know he handed you that trophy back in 07.
Handed me the trophy and threw the lid at me.
I know you guys had a couple laughs last night.
That was a moment I'll never forget. Really cool to win that great trophy at the Olympic Club.
Beat some good players too to do it. Nick Taylor, one of those. Was that the quarterfinals or semifinals?
What was that, Frank?
Beat Nick Taylor along the way.
I did.
Yeah.
Now Tamang.
He's got 268. Ball on the upslope, can launch this way up in the air. And that's what he's done. This is a pretty good looking shot here.
He seems to like it.
Oh, it gets the bounce too.
Yeah. Oh, a tremendous shot. You're going to have a chance to get a couple back right here with an eagle putt at 17. Looks like Guan ready to go.
Perfect drive. 230 yards left, going with iron.
Almost a lynx-like shot, landed short. Allow for it to skip forward.
Sounded really good, just left of the hole.
That's even better.
Two great shots.
Now that it runs out. Not better, we'll just say they're both exceptional shots.
This must be tempting then, Colt. Those other two got home.
Oh yeah, he can hit 6 or 7 iron from here. Just needs to miss that tree in front of him, but he can definitely get this on the center of the green.
So huge break off the tee.
And this one is headed at the left center of the green. Might need to go a little.
Yeah, just missed the fescue, landed in the native couch grass, which is a bit like Bermuda.
Matsui at the 18th.
Front flag. Oh, short-sided. Range finders are allowed. Rules of golf. Kazumi Kobori leads by 2 at the moment. Local star Jasper Stubbs and Billy Dowling well in contention. Saw that big tee shot at McDade at 18. Close enough. Just a wedge in here at 18. Oh, and that is good. Manager going in with a short club. Chance to birdie his last 2 holes. Back at 17. One of our featured groups today. Longest par 5, 557 yards. Very slight dogleg right. And of course, with that southerly breeze at their backs, been very reachable. 6 eagles, 41 birdies. So many players been able to reach this par 5 and 2 and avoid the bunkers. The breeze turns in the other direction in the northerly. Only the longest hitters will be able to reach 17. And then they'll head to the corner. 18th, slight dogleg left to finish. Royal Melbourne in the Black Rock area in Victoria. Just some 40 minutes from downtown.
We're live at the par 5 17th here at Royal Melbourne. Just short of the green is Wen Yi Ding.
I think most of the members here would definitely pull out the putter, even though it's a good 35 yards. So closely mown. I think this is one he's going to put back in his stance, try to drive in a little lower and land a few yards short of the green. About like that, guys.
That's well played. That chose to play that the hardest way. A lot of loft. Game has changed.
Seeing more players from China. Play golf collegiately in the United States. Colt noting that he's headed to Arizona State.
It's a family affair today, isn't it?
Pops is fired up. That's my boy. Still a game for those with means in China. Number of academies there. You get the best instruction. And now Jeff Guan, he could use a lightning bolt here to put a charge into his round.
Yes, he could. 30 feet moving to his right. Wow, that looked pretty good.
Now Matsui, third shot at 18.
Going to need his best. Wrong side to miss it. Not much green. Oh, it's nicely done.
And this is a player to keep an eye on. He's only 16. His coach, Garrett Jones, says he is highly developed, compares him to a young Ryo Ishikawa, who, by the way, has begun to find his game of late.
Finished fourth last week.
That's right.
Zozo.
Ryura, according to his coach, outgoing, vibrant personality. And now back to the 17th. This is Tamang. This for eagle, Frank.
Oh, this is a good place to putt from, too. A little bit uphill. He's got a chance here.
And that was the shot of the day for him from 268 yards. Pay this one off.
Didn't hit it. Be a birdie, though. Get him back to 6 over.
I think these guys are ready for a warm shower and a warm meal.
This is McDade for birdie. Close it out.
Just
oh yeah, I'll bet Mom's cheering. Mom Glenda spoke with Amanda a little bit earlier. Mom, a good player in her own right. You could tell she's really dialed into the game and to her son. And now Ding to get to 2 under. Good. So the T-ball right got a little bit of a break there and took advantage. 6 birdies today.
Yeah. Now back at 18, Matsu's in that left greenside bunker. Exploded to here.
Pours it in.
Well done. 74. That's a tie for 25th at the moment. 60 in ties come tomorrow evening. We'll play in the weekend. Famous finishing hole here at Royal Melbourne. It's crowned many a champion. Slight dogleg left par 4. It actually shares the first fairway. They're actually making that out of bounds this year, which is fair, so that makes sure that nobody gets hit. 300 yards to get past the tee tree. Even if you can take that out of play, makes a huge difference coming into this hole, especially when the flag is kind of on the front. It's a more difficult hole location here at 18. All the protection, all those bunkers on the front. So you really have to flight your second shot in. A little bit of a ridge behind this green, behind this flag, which makes that second shot a little easier. That's the first fairway, just down the right side of your screen.
This is Jeff Guan. We've mentioned Peter Thompson, Kel Nagel. Nagel denied Arnold Palmer a 3rd straight major, winning the Centenary Open at St. Andrews in 1960. 12 Australian men have combined to win 18 men's professional majors. What about the likes of Adam Scott, Jason Day, Jeff Ogilvy? You mentioned David Graham won 2. Elkington, Baker Finch, Wayne Grady. I think the underappreciated Jim Ferrier was a trailblazer in the United States, first Aussie to really go there and seek his fame and fortune. Won the 47 PGA Championship. Cameron Smith, obviously.
And How about Jeff Guam winning his club championship at just 11 years old? Denied a 71-year-old of that championship in the finals.
Beautiful game.
Got to thank our man Paul Gow for that nugget.
And Paul is with Harry Takis of Australia.
Yeah, this is playing a beast of a hole today. This 7th back into the breeze after playing one down breeze right from the middle of the fairway. This young man out of the Virginia Golf Club, where Greg Norman and the great Wayne Grady come from. Ian Triggs, his coach, and he's loving it out here. He just come up and had a chat to me.
Yeah, Greg Norman, 2-time Open champion.
Win in off the left here at 18. He's leaning like he lost this right.
Greatness on the women's side too on Australian golf. Corey Webb, 7 major titles. Minjee Lee's won 2. Jan Stevenson 3. Hannah Green as well as won a major.
Now, they're a great sporting nation. This is a great sporting city, actually. You detailed some of the sports here. Australian rules, cricket, athletics, you name it. And of course, one of its pride possessions, it's golf and golf courses. Tamang now. It's got to be careful. That's getting close to that tee tree.
And Frank, I know you love your tennis, so Melbourne Park, home to the Australian Open, not far, Rod Laver Arena.
Yeah,
he won the Grand Slam twice.
Yep. He once as an amateur and once as a professional.
Yeah.
He's actually held out of tennis there for a little while. It's a great place to watch tennis.
He also loves his golf, Frank, and he lives in America, but when he comes back home to Australia, he will tee it up with his good mate, a guy that you're familiar with, Neil Fraser, who won Wimbledon.
Yeah.
And Neil's a member of nearby Kingston Heath.
Well, golf and tennis are synonymous. We actually saw at the Ryder Cup Novak Djokovic lobbed up, played alongside Gareth Bale, the soccer player. We're getting basketball players to the game. All sports are starting to realize that golf. But yeah, you go down there, and I mean the city's just 40 minutes away. It's where the Australian Open is held, just in the right centre court. And you have the famed MCG, which is regarded as one of the great cricket grounds in the world.
That's right.
Probably only second to Lord's in London.
Really is a magnificent city. What a privilege to be in Melbourne for the 14th playing of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.
One of the 13 Australian players here, Harry Takis, turned 18 on October the 5th. So getting a little closer to that age of 21. You can do a lot more things when you're 21 years of age, already a member of the national Australian team. It's his first ever appearance in this championship. Committed to play in San Diego State University, which is good to see. Have a look at his score there. 1 under. That's something to be proud of in these conditions. A couple of drop shots there at 14 and 16. That won't take the smile away from Harry. Of course, Australia, you'd expect them to be strong. 13 players. Jasper Stubbs first. Croker really regarded as the best player coming in. Struggle for that round of 73. McDade, we saw him finish there on 18 with a great 3. Birdied 17 and 18. Guan, well, he's striding his way up 18. Perhaps a birdie there. He can finish with a round of 73.
Back to the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. Kazuma Kobori with 5 under 66. 2-shot lead. Tamang now. Final hole.
I would have lost a lot of money if you'd have told me all three of these players were going to miss this fairway. He's got 192, ball sitting down. He's got to make sure he gets it over that tree about 30 yards in front of him.
Trying to think where the next best place to be is, Colt, whether it's short or maybe find one of those right bunkers.
I mean, I would think short right of those bunkers would be easier than probably in them. This one's not going to get there.
That's short. It's a little bit down the left.
Yeah, stayed in the fairway, just short of the bunkers.
Trying to give this all he had, really. Just a little steep going down. I think if you can just widen that swing out a little bit, generate a little bit more clubhead speed. Now the other side of the fairway, in the rough, Guan.
Yeah, had a little bit of stress. Had to look for both of their golf balls in this right rough. This one came out extremely low and is going to work out great.
Oh, even better now as that chases its way on. It's only about 12 or 15 feet away, so good chance for 3. Yeah.
This is a pretty thick lie. Back into the wind. This takes a lot of guesswork here.
Chance of coming out hot too.
Oh, came out just dead. Only going to go about 75 or 80 yards.
And he really took a half swing at it too, which was surprising. You see how lush that was. This is actually, even the narrowest part of this fairway, Rich, is 35 yards wide. Not a single player in this group on. I actually enjoy that width of fairway. I think it gives you an option. You can chase it down the left if you're bold. The safer side is down the right side.
And the 7th now. This is a par putt for the young Australian, Harry Takis.
Yeah, getting fooled by the long putt here. It flattens out down here. Wow. The cameras turn up and there's a 3-putt had.
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it.
But that's the other thing, as Paul referenced there, for the first time, is the interviews, the cameras. I mean, this really is a step up. So they get to feel the nerves and the excitement. See how clean that ball sits on these fairways.
Yeah, that second shot confused me a little bit. I just think he was really uncomfortable with that lie. But has 92 yards now back into the wind. Oh, go in.
Dancing around the hole here. The 18th. Great chance to save his par. Finish off. A terrific day. He was 3 over through 5 holes. And with shots like this, fought his way back into red figures. Right now he's 5th place alone at 2 under par. Already 4 under on this inward half. There's another Australian, Jack Buchanan. 17, CT Lin.
Yeah, overcooked that second shot, so this is a little tricky down the hill. Well judged. Perhaps helped by going back into the breeze. Not quite as fearsome now at 18. The third shot for Tamang.
Was very fortunate to come up just short of those bunkers. He would have had a good 35, 40-yard bunker shot. But now this one pretty doable. I think he can put some air under it. Going back into the wind should land pretty soft.
Should better put some air on it. Nepal's like 16,000 feet up altitude.
Ooh, actually went the low route. That needs to go.
About the challenges he has faced. He has detailed his story. His family grew up in poverty. They had very little. He said they had no concept of weekends or holidays. Every day they worked. His parents made bricks from mud in the village. He dropped out of school because they couldn't afford the education or any proper clothing. And then he had a chance at a junior golf program, and he worked as a ball boy. And here he is.
It's just one of the many great things about this tournament, Rich. I mean, these kids just appreciate being here so much. I mean, it's freezing out here, and there's a good 10 to 12 guys out here practice on the putting green behind the 18th here.
You know, one thing, Colt, you know, I think it's come up a lot recently. You know, there's a sense that we're getting away from some of the values that everybody holds dear in this game, sense of entitlement, but here the sense of gratitude is palpable, don't you think, Colt?
100%. That's why I love covering this event so much.
Yeah, you and me both.
Get in there.
You know, players have their expenses taken care of. They don't have to worry about the cost of the travel. They stay in the best accommodations in all of these cities to which we travel. You know, really the treatment, Colt, is that which the professionals enjoy.
It is first class all the way. Yeah, they are treated like professionals out here from the moment they arrive.
Great credit to the R&A and the Masters tournament for stepping up. Now the birdie for CT Lin to get it back to even par. Yes. Just sneaks it in. All right, back to Jeff Guan.
Started birdie birdie, see if he can finish birdie birdie.
Tell you what, Colt, his attitude was outstanding. He never hung his head, even through that stretch where he hit some poor iron shots. That's a pretty good round in all, you know, from where he was.
Yeah, he fought all the way. That's got to feel good after driving it right. Couldn't find the ball for a little bit, then to walk away with 3. What a finish.
Yeah. Just like the way he kept his chin up. Not out of this very early in the tournament. Now, Wen Yi Ding, this would be quite a par.
Yeah, that's a great save. Was in trouble off the tee. What a man. He's 18 years of age, Rich. He made his debut 4 years ago, 2019.
So 2 players from China in the top 6 here on day number 1. All right, so Tamang will battle tomorrow in hopes of making the cut for the 2nd consecutive year, but really enjoyed getting to watch him and dive deeper into his story, Frank.
Yeah, it is a great story. I mean, there's so many. We got to meet a lot of the players last night, and you know, there's a lot of things we take for granted. We cover the tour a lot. We cover golf, you know, at the highest level, and every great player comes from somewhere. And we've already detailed some of the great players that have come through this this championship. And fast forward 10 years' time, I mean, a lot of the ones that we'll be watching on our screen regularly, week in, week out, will be from this very championship.
Thank you very much.
And while we have a moment, let's go down to Amanda.
All right, Connor, we've already talked to your mom, and now we get to talk to you about your experience here today. You told me you have played this course more times than you can count. How are the conditions playing today?
Yeah, I've played this course more times than I can count, but this was probably the hardest I've played it in. Windy conditions, firm greens, yeah, just set up tough. So I had a few over today. I didn't play too bad, but yeah, could have been better, could have been worse. So.
What about the expectations? You know, we were just talking about, obviously the membership is out here rooting for you. The employees were waiting behind the green, rooting you on. Do you have to manage those expectations and that added pressure of knowing you're kind of the home guy representing this week?
Yes and no. Obviously having everyone out here that I know, like, it's a huge help. And, you know, a lot of noise out there on the course for me when things went well. So it's a huge help. But yeah, I do have to manage some expectations. I feel like there's a lot of hope from some members out there, which is great, and that's going to come. So yeah, just got to be smart in how I go about it.
What about what you expect from yourself and from this course and these conditions tomorrow? We are expecting it to be a little bit warmer. I'm not sure what the wind direction is going to do, but I feel like you probably have a better idea more than most of us.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of got the cobwebs off today, got a few nerves out, so I'll be looking for a low one tomorrow for sure.
You'll get them tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Amanda.
Amanda dressed for the Winter Olympics. And the card for Connor McDade. A double bogey at 9, as well at number 5.
5 birdies to be proud of, though. That was the fight that he was referring to. So not out of it with a round of 74. But last man in the field, 13th Australian. He can still hold his head up. Now, still plenty of golf out there. The 8th hole.
One of those uncomfortable bunker shots, Frank. Long, you know, that's going to roll out. These greens are starting to be firm, but it has dropped about 3 to 4 degrees out here, and it is freezing.
So we've been mentioning Kazuma Kabori of New Zealand all day long. His round long since finished. 66, and here's how he got it done, Frank.
Yeah, it was his birthday just 2 days ago. Teed off the 9th, that was his first though, so birdied his 2nd hole of the day. And of course just started to ramp it up. This was a great start, so birdies at 10, had another one at 11. So quickly 2 under. Remember, he's teeing off early when it was really cold. A great run here. Three in a row, straight out of the gate.
Traveled more than 9 hours from Abu Dhabi here to Melbourne, Australia. He was in Abu Dhabi at the World Amateur Team Championship. He won the individual title.
That was a big par save at 7. Wasn't in trouble much, but that kept the scorecard clean.
Not an easy putt either. That one was bending hard.
This was a great up and down. The second shot flew over the back of the green, pitch to here. And not only did that keep the scorecard clean, Rich, there wasn't a single 5 on the scorecard.
Leading Jasper Stubbs and Billy Dowling, a couple of Australians. Just the 6 players are under par. Difficult conditions, the scoring average almost at 78. Kim Hyun-uk of Korea as well is in at 3 under par. The Asia Pacific Amateur Championship is brought to you by Delta Airlines. Delta, keep climbing. 3M Science, applied to life. UPS, be unstoppable. And Rolex. So it's Kazuma Kabori continuing his sensational 2023 season. He won the Australian Amateur. He won the Western Amateur in the Chicago area. We just mentioned what he did at the Eisenhower Trophy in Abu Dhabi, beating the likes of Gordon Sargent and Christo Lamprecht, top 2-rated amateurs in the world. There's Bo Jin. Remember, he rinsed it late in Thailand a year ago. His brother won this championship, and he's not out of it. Good showing so far, Frank, for your home country, New Zealand.
Yeah, speaking to some of the delegates last night, they're very proud of the 7 players they have this year. They feel like they have a legitimate chance. You can see why. Form is one reason, but also talent.
He won the New Zealand Amateur back in 1978. A member of the New Zealand Golf Hall of Fame.
These players weren't even thought of being born there, though, Rich.
Frank had some great moments here, and in particular back in 1998 as part of the winning International President's Cup side. Takis, yeah, good work right there.
Good way to finish his final hole of the day.
Solid round of 71. Frank, that had to be a great thrill to play for Captain Peter Thompson here in Australia.
It was. He took the captaincy back in 1996. We lost by a point in Lake Manassas. So to come to a golf course that our team knew so well, and to play a very, very strong American contingent, and not just but win comfortably.
Not comfortably. You put it on the USA, a 9-point runaway.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, actually.
Thank you.
I thought it would be the start of many more to come, but team events, individual events, chance to represent your country.
4, 4, 5.
No surprise, Australia, very strong contingent, trying to win it back-to-back. Harrison Crowe won last year at Amata Springs.
So 4 amateurs already have earned that invitation to the 2024 Masters. Lamprecht we saw very early on leading the Open Championship with 65 before backing off. Nick Dunlap, an immense talent. He beat Neil Shipley at the U.S. Amateur. It was at Cherry Hills in Denver, Colorado. And then back again for another crack at the Masters is Stuart Hagstad. Just won the Mid-Amateur at Sleepy Hollow. This is Josh Bai at the 18th.
Yes, from New Zealand. So far from his best +7, so a bit of a struggle. But that's what a great course is going to do. If you're a little out today, you're not necessarily going to have a bad sort. You will accumulate bogeys very easily.
He's going to like that one. Let's go back to Amanda.
When difficult conditions today, how would you describe your round? What are you most pleased with?
It was just really tough round, and unfortunately I didn't give up, so I catch a lot of birdies on the back nine, so I'm going back.
You made the cut in 7 professional events this year that are awarded official World Golf rankings. You said that you learned mentally that you have to be really tough and never give up. Does that mentality help you on a week like this?
Yeah, exactly. It helped a lot. So first is never give up, and second, don't be too nervous. Everything will be okay.
You know who didn't seem nervous? That would be your dad. He's on the bag, and his energy and his reactions had us very entertained all day. Do they entertain you and keep you loose as well?
I know he would be that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm okay. So just actually it's inspired me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just don't be too a lot.
Yeah. Just don't be too loud. That's something we always say to our parents, isn't it? Good luck tomorrow. Thank you so much for the time. Rich.
Might have been the quote of the day. I know he will be dad. Dads will be dad. All right, highlights from Wenyi Ding. I think he's 3 over at this point, Frank. 3 bogeys first 5 holes, and then he really turns it on.
Yeah, one of the favourites you thought was going to struggle, but once he found that gear, I mean, this was a tough shot at the par 5, the bunker shot. But, normally for a player that hits the ball that far, you don't think they have the short game skills. But he's talked about learning that from some of the professional events he's played in.
Now at the 11th. How do you like the technique?
It's good. There's a left to right breeze up there. This was a draw that was held up into the breeze. You wouldn't have thought he had this shot in his arsenal. Landed beautiful and soft.
It's nice to make a deuce at arguably the most famous hole here at Royal Melbourne, that par 3 11th. Now it's 13th.
Just used his power, just nailed it down there, and just a gorgeous pitch shot. Had to go through the swale.
All facets on display for Wenyi Ding, not just the power. 14.
Yeah, we'll talk so often during the course of the week that this is a second shot golf course. So many times he putted inside 15 feet. This was a great second shot to probably one of the flattest portions on the green. So deserved the 3. 17. Yeah, it looked like he was in trouble. Blew it right off the tee. As Colt said, just hit a 7-iron or so down here and chose the hardest shot. Didn't go along the ground. Went with a lot of loft.
And there's Dad. So birdie at 17 and par at 18 after punching out for some thick rough. Plays the 3rd, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it just was not a full swing. Took some speed off it, and that could have easily gone down. I love the fact that his dad went on all fours to read that putt. I mean, that's a dad, that's for sure. He will be 19 in November, and we said his 3rd appearance, first played in this championship in 2019.
He was tied for 4th through 54 holes in last year's Asia Pacific Amateur Championship before closing with 76. Yeah, they're all pumped up. Wenyi and his dad. Good round, 2 under par, 3 shots back. And once again, let's go back down to Amanda.
Yeah, here with Harry Takis, part of this Australian contingent. You said I'm a local, but I'm not really a local. So how pleased are you with your performance today on a very difficult Royal Melbourne course?
Yeah, I mean, I played pretty good. Just got to keep it in play around here, and I think I did that well today. Not many drivers around this place. Just hit 3 irons all day and keep it in the fairway, keep it in the short stuff, and give yourself a look at the green.
This is a golf course where you're bound to make mistakes. And I know you said earlier this year that you've learned to not be so hard on yourself when that happens. How important is that mentality heading into this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a 20 under par golf course, I think, as we can see by the scores today. So everyone's going to make bogeys, and you just got to accept that and go on to the next hole and give yourself a look at birdie. There's not many times out here you're going to hit it to 3 feet, so you just got to stay patient and hope a putt drops.
Good luck tomorrow. And Rich, by the way, this guy's headed to San Diego State where I live. We will not be needing this Olympic winter weather gear there. He chose wisely.
Bring the surfboard to San Diego. So Harry Takis, it's a good score today. Even par of 71. Frank, your day 1 takeaways.
Well, whenever you come to Royal Melbourne, I always think it's about the course first and foremost. It presents the landscape to watch these talented players. Course once again looks beautiful on TV, but to see a round of 66 out there, I certainly didn't expect that, that's for sure. So hats off to Kabori to bring his form from Abu Dhabi all the way back. Jasper Stubbs also played in the morning. He should be proud of a round of 68, but anybody that was close to even par today was an excellent score on Royal Melbourne.
I'm really looking forward to watching Kazuma Kabori tomorrow in our television coverage.
Yeah, he's not the longest hitter. He's actually, in some respects, been compared to like a Lydia Ko, incredibly straight and almost error-free.
We'll also see Lucas Michel, who won the 2019 U.S. Mid-Amateur Championship. He's working now with Michael Clayton in the design business, a really bright young guy from Australia.
And Michael Clayton is actually caddying from this very week.
Yeah. They're doing a golf course right now, 7 Mile Beach in Tasmania, which we understand is sensational. At least if you look at some of the pictures, and that's a Matt Goggin-backed project, another Australian golfer.
Correct. They found just a great piece of land. So that's across the Bass Strait, which is below Victoria here. You'll find Tasmania, and they think that will open up that area there for tourism and golf, which is good to see. If you're going to come down this neck of the woods in the South Pacific, I mean, this is just a golfing mecca around here.
We have loved it. What a treat to be in one of the great cities in Melbourne, and certainly one of the best golf courses in the world. Royal Melbourne Golf Club It is Kazuma Kobori, 5 under 66, leading by 2 after the first round. For Frank Nobilo, Colt Knost, Paul Gal, and Amanda Renner, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now from the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship.